Hello and welcome to Geeks of the Round. I'm your host, Matt Moore, and today we are discussing Legends of Tomorrow, episode known as Blood Ties. I'm your host, Matt Moore. Let's introduce the panel. Charles, what did you think of the episode?
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Let me repeat what he just said. He said, I liked it. That was a very high-pitched noise there, Charles.
Shut up, Matt. But okay, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I liked it.
But no, as Lou likes to say, all bullshit aside, I compared to the Flash episode and the Arrow episode, it was better than both combined. I thought Legends of Tomorrow was fantastic. I thought it was great.
I'm Batman.
Fuck off, Matt.
What did you think of it, Lou?
I thought this episode was fucking awesome.
What the fuck, you jackasses?
It was a very good episode. I think it was better than either of the pilot episodes because we kind of got away from, world establishing, and I thought we actually got the story that we're hoping, or the stories, one of the stories that we're hoping for all season long. I mean, of course, it was more Vandal Savage, but I guess that's gonna have to be the theme considering he's the main bad guy. But I'm really hoping it's not just Vandal Savage. Make that a goal, but maybe he goes after Vandal. They go after Vandal Savage's agents or something, where Vandal Savage isn't necessarily there. I don't want to see the same bad guy in every single fucking episode because that's going to get very annoying very quickly. But
I don't think they're going to deal with that like that. I think they're going to, next episode, I believe they deal with the Time Masters.
Okay, yeah, see, that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Maybe even bring back Kronos. Bring him back.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to deal with some Vandal Savage, but it should be like every other episode.
Maybe not every other episode, like once every few episodes.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But this episode made me happy. They were still in 1975, which makes it 3 episodes in a row in the same time period. But I don't care.
Hey, they're cutting costs. They're cutting costs.
Yeah, exactly. As if they're constantly changing time periods, that's gonna cost more. But now they're getting into 1986, so I mean,
Parachute
stuff
pants.
that happens in 1986.
Speaking of that comment about parachute pants, when Jefferson Jackson said, "What the hell are parachute pants?" and I'm like, you know what, fucking millennials. When I was a kid, I had a few pairs of parachute pants, and I wore those things with pride. Okay.
Did you also do the hammer dance?
Yes, actually.
I wore a version of parachute pants well into the 2000s.
Well, I'll be damned.
Because remember, Raver pants were basically just parachute pants. That's all they were. They were just made out of a different material. But yes, I used to own actual parachute pants during the 80s, and then when the 2000s came around, I wore the big baggy, I used to grade my pants by how much Mountain Dew I could carry in those pants. I had a pair of pants that I wore often that could carry 10 liters of Mountain Dew in them without coming off of my hip. That's not a joke. There were 4 pockets that could carry 2 bottles each, and then there were 2 pockets right by my waist that could carry 1 liter.
I'm just curious to know, were you stealing a lot of Mountain Dew back in the day?
I was not stealing any Mountain Dew.
Yeah, okay.
Then why would you hide it in your parachute pants?
Who said I was hiding it?
He just said he carried them in his pants.
Shoplifter.
I'm just letting you know I had a lot of stuff in my pants.
Oh, that could go wrong in so many ways.
But no, I mean, it was a good episode. We ended up having the 2 main bad guys, who are actually good guys, go off on their own, and they had their own little quest, and they grabbed Jax to go with them. And then you had Rip, who went for the main storyline, and then Sarah forced herself upon him, not in that way. And then you had a third story where the 2 doctors pretty much were trying to save Kendra's life. And I like that. If you're going to have that many people on a show, that many main characters, you kind of have to break them up. You can't do like the pilot did, where they were constantly together. Well, with one exception, and that was Kronos. But with other than that one exception, they were in every single freaking scene, and that's where you get those big old CGI fights. Those big old CGI fights are cool and all, but they're going to be very, very expensive.
What I liked about it was the way Rip opened the show. I've seen Men of Steel die
Yep.
and Dark Knights fall.
Yep. Straight out acknowledging the DC universe, which again we are going to see Flash we're going to see Flash on Supergirl, which is acknowledging that she is in some way, maybe not in this version of the universe, but her story still coincides in some way with these stories. It may be a different Earth, as it were, as they're describing it on The Flash. But,
she's Earth 3.
Yeah, it's very possible that she's Earth 3 or even Earth 2. We don't freaking know. It's not likely she's Earth 2. But somehow she ties into it. So, I don't know, I think what they're doing is very, very cool.
They're doing it smart.
Yeah.
Like, the pilot it should have aired as one. And then this one here, well, they're all centric within the 70s. You show the ship flying around, but it's still in the 70s, not going far. And now we're going to the 80s. Let's see how long we stay in the 80s and reminisce about all the parachutes and all that other good shit.
I was alive in 1975, but I do not remember 1975. I do, however, very vividly remember 1986. So that will be interesting for me.
Yes, that's the year the New York Mets won the World Championship. I remember that.
Okay, I don't remember baseball, but I do remember that I was a big Dodgers fan at the time. I just don't remember who was doing well at the time. I think right around there, Fernando Valenzuela was like the most popular pitcher in all of baseball, and he was the Dodger.
Yeah, and I believe that's the year the Challenger blew up.
That sounds right. It was somewhere in there.
I thought the Challenger blew up in '85, the year I was born.
It could have been. I know it was in the '80s.
I think it was January of 1986.
Well, I am born in December, so.
But yeah, I mean.
Oh, Whedon was just a weird pup in diapers.
Oh, shut up, Lou.
I was 12.
Oh. 86. I was in middle. No, I was in elementary, still living in New Jersey.
Yeah, I was 6th grade at the time.
Yeah, give or take.
Grade. But in any case, so basically Sarah convinces Rip that they need to start going after Vandal Savage's money. So they do that by going after Vandal Savage's... Fuck you, Lou. Vandal Savage's bank. No, you got me calling him Randall Savage.
He had got us all calling him Randall Savage. I must have said it at least twice so far.
I'm going to start calling him Randy.
It's easier.
They're going after Randy.
Actually, no, Vandy.
Vandy?
Oh, my God.
In any case, so, yeah, they're going after Vandal Savage's money, and so they end up breaking into a bank. And if you're going to break into a bank, don't you want to bring Captain Cold and Heatwave? I mean, how many banks have they broken into?
Yeah, but they wouldn't have
got out.
They wouldn't have been much use up against all those people. I mean, sure, all they really got going for them is their guns. I mean, sure, Captain Cold and Heatwave do know how to throw a punch, but they're going up against people that were basically trained by Vandal Savage.
All right, I've got a question for you. First off, they didn't know they were going to be facing Vandal Savage, so you can't use that as an excuse. They didn't think Vandal Savage's men were going to be there. They figured it was a bank. So, security guard was what they were expecting. But I have a question for you.
Okay.
How long into the episode was it before we finally saw the heat gun and the cold gun?
I don't know. It was pretty fucking far.
Yeah. Towards the end.
Yeah, it was right near the end. Those two are a capable team without them. However, speaking of Captain Cold and Heatwave, there was something that I noticed in this, and I checked the internet to verify because, of course, last week we were talking about how that they've known each other for a long time, that they're partners, but they're not brothers, and they're not. I double-checked that. However, like Heatwave straight out said that him and Snart grew up in the same house. He's like Snart gave an address to Jax, like take this to this address. Jax is all like, "Where's that?" And Rory Heatwave, he straight out said where we grew up.
But it could be more of the fact maybe they brought him in later in life.
Maybe. Or maybe he lived nearby and he was a neighbor.
It can't be a foster situation because Leonard's father was a known criminal. There's no way in hell he would ever be eligible to be a foster parent.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be foster,
the question
dude.
is
We're talking about criminals, dude. They're gonna hang out together.
Why did you have a theory why you said that?
What Matt said about I think it's far more likely that Mick lived nearby. For the most part, I think he would be living next door or two houses down.
Or just in the neighborhood. Maybe he just recognized the neighborhood, and that's what he was referring to, where we grew up, because he was referring to the neighborhood itself and not necessarily the house. But seriously, when I heard that, I freaked the fuck out. I'm all like, but they're not brothers. I know they're not brothers. So I double-checked, and I'm all like, okay, they're not brothers.
It's just more of, like you and Knuckles, roommates.
Maybe.
Really? Roommates at the age of what? 6?
They were
A lot
probably
of sleepovers.
10, 12.
Remember, Charles, the
Leonard's
father got arrested for 5 years.
Okay.
So in that whole timeline, maybe they became really good friends, looked at each other as brothers, and the mom was cool with him spending a lot of nights over.
Which brings me to my next question. Where the fuck is the mother?
In bed,
Very good
sleeping,
question.
where she should be.
Sorry.
Not once has there ever been a mention to Leonard and Lisa Snart's mother. Not
yes, there was. In this episode, there was. I mean, they didn't mention her by name. They didn't mention her by anything, but they did mention my father did not hit my mother and me
Until
after he went to jail.
And remember, he threw the line of sister, and the dad's like, sister?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
I don't know. But,
Right.
yeah, I mean, that was a good story. Rip Hunter, that was a good story. The doctors, like, trying to save Kendra, I think that was a little lacking. But,
Well, because,
it was still pretty decent.
Ray needed a booster talk.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, I mean, look at Rip should be thankful that he let Sarah come along, because if not, Rip might have been dead.
Oh yeah. That's just it. Is I wanna find out. I want to know. I think this would be awesome. I want to see that Rip Hunter has other abilities that he just hasn't shown yet, like a teleportation, like he can automatically teleport to the Wave Rider or something like that. Because Rip Hunter is from the future. If he can travel through time, he can travel through space.
There should be technology.
There should be technology, exactly.
Hey, you know what I noticed, though? They had no issue bringing a banker dude on the ship.
Yeah, so?
Everybody else, they kind of hesitated to bring on the ship.
Oh. I don't know. You make a good point. I don't know.
I mean, was it the fact...
Maybe they're just like, oh, fuck it.
Maybe.
People have seen our ship by this point. I mean, how many motherfuckers have been on that ship already that shouldn't know that ship exists?
The son, the Dr. Stein's younger self.
Kronos himself. Well, I guess he knew about the ship. But, I mean...
He knew about the ship, but he wasn't on it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's going to be like the worst kept secret in the DC universe. That there's a ship going through time.
It'll be the worst kept secret, just like Barry Allen's secret identity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There was only one problem I had with this episode, and it was that little rinky-dink spaceship that the Wave Runner had.
What problem did you have with the rinky-dink spaceship?
It just looked cheesy.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but at least it wasn't a fucking shuttlecraft like Star Trek has, because I'm fucking tired of those boxes. They're basically just boxes with like slightly pointy noses, and not even like pointy noses, like pointy noses.
This one looked like a missile.
I don't know.
Dude, every ship like this should have a shuttlecraft because it's sort of like an escape pod. I mean, hell, the Serenity had something like this.
But the Serenities was cool.
Yeah, that's just it. Is they had it, but they literally like rented it out. Well, they had two, but they rented one out. So
yeah, to the homegirl.
The homegirl, yeah, Marina Baccarin's character. Oh my goodness, I fail at life that I'm not remembering. Inara.
Deadpool's wife.
Yes, Deadpool's wife.
Well, she's going to be called Copycat in the Deadpool movie. She's going to be, she has like her normal character name, and I think she's going to become like a potential hero, where she's going to be called Copycat.
She's a stripper.
That could also be her stripper name. Yeah.
I'm complaining.
Neither am I, but
in
who knows?
Case, I forgot to talk to Deanna about maybe doing a hangout for Deadpool. We'll see. In any case, what else do we have to talk about? That was basically everything, I think. Doc tried to keep his dad out of jail, but instead ended up getting his dad thrown in jail.
The creepy ritual that Vandal Savage did with Carter Hall's body. What about that?
Yeah, drinking Carter Hall's blood, and
it gives you an extra 100 years of life.
Yeah, what that means is that all those people, well, at least 3 of those people, we're going to see in the future. That's what that means. Is we're going to see those same people at the exact same age in 1986. We'll probably see them again in 2016 when, of course, they come back, because they're going to come back to this timeline. And then they're going to be the same age, like 50 years from then.
Now, I have one question, and it pertains to Sarah's bloodlust. I thought Constantine cured it.
And they actually they literally just verified that on Arrow this past episode.
Uh-huh.
But the way she was acting,
that was actually a story point in Arrow that her bloodlust had been cured. So I don't know. Like, is this brought on by the Lazarus Pit, or does she think it's brought on by the Lazarus Pit and it's just her? Maybe it's just her, and she thinks that she has.
It's still in her head.
Yeah, it's still in her head, exactly.
I'm just going to come out and say it. Continuity error.
Are you going to come out? We've been waiting for you to come out forever.
Da 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 da. But no, I was just going to say continuity error. That's basically what it is.
Maybe. All right, do we have any wild speculation?
No, actually. To be honest, this show is really hard to speculate for.
Yeah.
Because they can do anything. They can literally do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we're going to see some funky-ass clothing from 1986.
Parachute pants, dude.
Parachute pants and maybe the last of the bell-bottoms, depending. Like, bell-bottoms were just about dead then.
Funky music.
We might even see the end.
You might get Soul Train.
We might see the end of disco, because everybody says it's dead, but the damn thing still refuses to die. Oh.
We might see Jefferson Jack with an afro.
Oh God! Oh no! Oh my God! That hasn't even happened yet, and I can't unsee that.
So I'm going to wrap everything up. I want to thank everyone for watching. It has been a good week, but I'm very glad that it's over because it's been a long week. Make sure to check us out, geeksaround.com. Of course, all the major social networks. You can also find us at Geeks Around. That'll be Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. give us a call at 801-609-4687. That's 801-609-GOTR. Email us at geeksofaround@gmail.com. And yeah, like, subscribe, all that other fun stuff. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.